Most people ask me, Master, how can I become rich? And I smile. Not because the question is wrong, but because the answer is far deeper than they expect. You see, when I was a young boy, I believed riches were found in gold coins, luxury homes, and expensive clothes. I watched men chase after these things with tired eyes and empty hearts. But then, I met a man who owned almost nothing, yet he smiled like he owned the sun. That man was a monk. He had no bank account, no car, no fame, yet he walked with the confidence of a king and the peace of a river. It was then I began to understand, wealth is not about how much you possess, but how little you need. There are 3 lessons I have learned on my journey to becoming truly rich. Let me share them with you. Lesson 1. Master your mind. Wealth begins not in your wallet, but in your thoughts. If your mind is filled with craving, jealousy, and comparison, you will always feel poor no matter how much you own. When I lived in silence for 30 days in the mountains, I realized how noisy my own mind was. The world teaches you to compete, to compare, to consume, but richness comes when you can sit alone, in stillness, and feel full. Ask yourself, what do I really need to feel fulfilled? You know, most of the time, the answer is less than you think. Lesson 2. Invest in what truly matters. Many people spend their best years, chasing after promotions and possessions, only to realize they neglected their health, their family, and their soul. A truly rich person is one who invests in things that cannot be taken away: wisdom, kindness, relationships, and peace of mind. A student once asked me, should I invest in gold or land? I told him, invest in your mind, your discipline, and your compassion. These are the only treasures inflation cannot touch. Lesson 3 is, serve, don't seek. You know, it's kind of funny, but the more you chase after wealth, the more it seems to slip away from you. But when you focus on serving others, both inner and outer wealth, well, they just have a way of finding you. There's this old story from our monastery. A poor man once asked the master how he could become rich. The master simply handed him a broom and said, "Sweep the temple floor." The man, honestly, was pretty confused, but he decided to obey. Days turned into weeks as he swept the floor in silence. Then, one day, a wealthy traveler visited the temple, noticed the man's dedication, and offered him a position in his household. You see, service attracts abundance. Humility opens doors that ambition cannot. So how do you become rich? Well, you begin by understanding that the richest life is a simple one, filled with purpose, gratitude, and service. You learn to quiet the noise and listen to what your soul truly wants. You stop chasing and you start growing. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll look around and feel so full, so content, so rich, that even a king would envy your peace. I do not promise you luxury, my friend, but if you follow these truths, I promise you will never feel poor again. If this message spoke to your heart, I invite you to pause, reflect, and share it with someone who's searching. Let's walk this path to inner richness together.